Reddit, what's the funniest thing that a random stranger said to you that made you die laughing inside? Watched a guy walking to class at my college years ago saying, "Get the f out of my way," to a pigeon standing in his path. The pigeon quickly waddled off to the side. This happened to me, but in reverse. I was walking my dogs in a park that is always full of those damn Canadian geese. Two were in the path and would not move, and my dogs were freaking, trying to chase them. They wouldn't move, so we chased them from the path. I turned and said out loud to them, "Yeah, that's right. I told you to move," or something sassy like that, and realized there was a couple behind me, watching a grown woman and her dogs chase geese and then verbally abuse them. Led it to all the glorious comments below. I only chase these guys at the park with my dogs. Last month, they migrated off of the park and started roaming in my neighborhood. I'm not sassy when there are 15 geese standing on the road outside of my house, watching, waiting, plotting. I was at a 50th wedding anniversary party and there were lots of elderly people in attendance. An old man was standing next to me and said, "It looks like a fucking graveyard in here." I literally spit my beer out. We were outdoors. The kicker was the guy was close to the same age as everyone else. I was working at Best Buy and had a customer that was 92. He asked the difference between two towers that were about $100 difference in price. I told him that for what he was going to use it for. He said ML and Facebook, that they would both work fine, and that if anything the nicer one might last a bit longer. He said, "Last longer? Man, I'm 92. I don't even buy green bananas." Funniest thing I've ever heard. Once had a guy walk past me, point at my shoes, and say, "I have those shoes, only mine are completely different." And he just kept on walking. Edit, this is getting pretty popular, so why not ruin that with some elaboration? This happened at a Christian overnight camp that my grandmother sent me to for 2 weeks. I should point out I had been to church maybe 4 times my whole life, so I stuck out like a sore thumb. The camp itself was pretty fun. I was walking to the lake when the guy in question passed me and made the above comment. He never broke stride and just kept on walking. I found it hilarious, the comment, the timing, everything. A week later we had some kind of talent contest. I didn't participate, but our mystery man did. He did like 7 minutes of stand-up comedy. It was very clean humor and very funny. To this very day I'm obsessed with comedy. I'll listen and study it every single day. I'm just now realizing that that guy may have been the genesis of that. Why not ruin that with some elaboration? Years ago when queuing up for movie tickets with my family, the attendant asked the ages of our 4 kids to see if they could all get children price tickets. I announced their ages, 7, 9, 11, and 13. Without missing a beat, the stranger behind us declared, "That's an odd group. They're leaving out next year." Just the other day, checking out at the Cracker Barrel, the older gentleman ringing my wife up accidentally said, with all confidence, "Have a thank you." An old man on the street with a big jack-o'-lantern grin on his face and a chihuahua was under each arm loudly proclaiming to no one in particular, "I used to carry grenades. Now I carry dogs." I was at a gas station filling my truck with gas and overheard a guy yelling at his dog to move over in the car so his wife could get in. It went like this: "Man to dog, come on, get in the middle so mommy can get in." Dog starts yipping back at him as if she's arguing. "Man to dog, quit arguing me. I told you to get in the middle, you don't always get your way." Dog again yipping back at him. Man to dog, "If I have to tell you again you're not getting your jerky," holds up a stick of beef jerky. Dog yipping while reluctantly moving to the middle. Man to dog, "Okay, promise no more arguing me and you'll be a good girl." Dog yipping again. Man to dog, "Okay, seal it with a kiss." Dog gives man kiss. Had me dying. I was in a large college seminar, so I never knew the people that I was sitting next to. This professor was known for being a bit of a dick, constantly switching up assignment due dates and tacking on extra work and or additional material to upcoming exams last minute. Professor did something dickish like the above, and murmurs of disapproval/annoyance spread through the aisles. The dude next to me leans into my chair and says to me, "This is a load of barnacles," in the same voice as the fish guy from SpongeBob that says the line. It was just perfect and unexpected. A few years ago I let my friend cut my hair. It did not go well. I was living in Philadelphia at the time and was walking through South Philly when I passed two strangers in the middle of the conversation. As I pass, one of them says to the other, "Hold up, I gotta talk to this guy." He proceeds to shout to me, "Ayo, your hair looks like come over here." I was amused, partially because of his bluntness and partially because he wasn't wrong. I was curious, so I walked over to him. He says, "Look, a buddy of mine owns a barber shop 2 blocks away. Here's his business card. I'll write my name on there. If you mention that I sent you, he'll give you a good deal." Bruh, but seriously, take care of that I never ended up going to his friend's shop, but I frequently use this story as the perfect example of Philly culture. Rude, blunt and in your face, yet somehow coming from a place of genuine care. Plus, it's effing hilarious. I'm in the bathroom at work washing my hands, and one of the professors that I don't think I've ever actually spoken to comes in and starts washing her lanyard in the sink. I try to make small talk with work people, even though I suck at it, so I try to strike up a conversation that goes down as follows. "Morning. I spilled coffee on my lanyard and now it's all sticky. Blah, that's the worst." At this point she turns off the faucet and looks at me completely deadpan with eyes that said she wanted to feed me my own innards and said, "I think genocide is worse." So I awkwardly mumbled "Yekabia have a day" and quickly escaped. It's turned into a running joke in my office now though. Anything from the printer being out of toner to a fire drill on a cold day is literally worse than genocide. The college I attend frequently has local elementary and middle school kids on tours, especially on Fridays. One particular Friday I was in line for the cafeteria when a group of kids came walking by with a tour guide. One kinda chubby little dude looked a bit uncomfortable. He was biting his lip a little and sweating. This part of the tour is usually when they have a bathroom break, and clearly Buddy needed to go. At this point I should note that the bathrooms are visible from where we are standing. But the tour guide, a fellow student of mine, didn't seem to notice. She just kept going on and on, talking about the history of the building. I watched this kid go from nervous to deeply anxious to visibly clenching over a span of about 3 minutes. He's staring at the stick-figure dude on the men's bathroom sign, as if it was the risen Christ. Miss Tour Guide takes a break in her spiel. I figure she's done. The next words out of her mouth will be "wants to free this boy from the purgatory that is having to use the bathroom on a school trip. It'll be over. He'll be free." What followed instead was this. So in 1995, a professor named ABC Kalamazoo, "Move lady, I'm gonna shit my ass." He ran past her to the bathroom and presumably destroyed it. Poor guy. Had the entire line in tears with laughter though. Edit, I'm not from Kalamazoo, and Professor Albert Batch Cornelius Kalamazoo isn't real. Sorry to crush y'all's dreams. But he does live through all of our hearts. Also thanks for all the gold, or whatever. It feels weird to get such attention, however fleeting, for just wanting some chicken tenders and witnessing a kid almost poop himself. I used to be a smoker. One time a scruffy looking man asked me for a light. I told him I only had matches. It was very windy, he said. That's okay, there's a trick to it. You light the match and then suck down real hard. You get a mouthful of sulfur that way, but you gotta have a trick when you're going 30 miles an hour on top of a tank. Worked at a smoke shop that sold electronic cigarettes years ago. A customer came in complaining that the new flavor made her pee smell funny. I couldn't keep a straight face when I said I wasn't sure if that was related. Then she says, "Oh, well it could be an STD or something I guess. Thanks," and walked out. Little girl to me, after I explain my service dog helps me when I'm sick. "Oh, so he's your dog tour?" Me, trying to keep a straight face. "Yes, exactly. That's adorable." I'm just imagining her dog in like a lab coat and a stethoscope and it's great. May of 2000. Passing through Norwood, Louisiana with a friend. At around 2 in the afternoon we stopped to gas up / grab some snacks at the most podunk gas station known to man. A young man, extremely agitated, comes in with frustrated gestures and angrily shouts / gestures at the cashier with an accent that is beyond region, beyond stereotyping, beyond anything I have heard before. Where da goddamn Wally Melons at the top of lungs, approaching hysteria and tears. I was doing tech support over the phone for an internet company at a call center. I got a call from an elderly woman because her internet stopped working after checking remotely that the modem was working and that there was no issues on her area. I was scheduling a visit from one of our technician when she suddenly says, "Oh, I know what happened. The cat was playing around the router yesterday." Right, you think it took a cable or something? No, he probably took away the Wi-Fi. You mean like he moved the router? No, he probably took the airwaves of the Wi-Fi. You know how cats see things we can't. He surely say the Wi-Fi signal, grabbed it and took it away. It took all my willpower to not laugh in her face and finish the call. No so much said to me as overheard. Walking down the street with my fiance after dinner, a man and woman pass us. Very clearly I heard the man say, "And that's the second time I got crabs. I just keep a special little comb at the house now, just in case." I'm not sure of any particulars and have thought about that interaction often. So many questions. I know they heard me laugh though. At a festival, and sitting around the campfire when a very intoxicated man kept saying, "I need to borrow your fireplace." He wouldn't let it go, despite being right by the fire. Turns out he needed a lighter for his cigarette, and was so drunk that he forgot what it was called. My laughter was not internal. I died laughing right in front of him.